All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to dive into a secret that just might save your dinner, a really clever solution to one of the most frustrating problems you can have in the kitchen.
You know the scene, right? You're in the kitchen, you're all set to make a beautiful, fresh salad, maybe a sauce. You grab a perfect, ripe tomato, but the second you try to slice it, your knife just turns it into this sad, squishy, watery mess. Ah, we've all been there. It's that moment of just pure frustration. Your trusty knife, the one that's been with you through countless meals, it's given up. It's dull. And of course, the actual knife sharpener is who knows where, probably buried in the back of that one junk drawer.
But what if I told you that you don't need to go on a frantic search for some specialized tool? What if the solution isn't at all what you'd expect? In fact, the tool that's going to bring your blade back to life is probably sitting on your kitchen shelf right now. It might even be right next to your coffee maker as we speak.
So let's meet our unlikely hero, the humble coffee mug. Yes, you heard that right. Your favorite ceramic mug is about to become your new favorite sharpening tool. Now, hold on, it's not the entire mug. The real secret isn't the part you drink out of, it's what's on the bottom. The magic, so to speak, is in that rough, unglazed ceramic ring that you find on the base of most coffee mugs. Okay, so how does this actually work? Well, it breaks down into a really simple 4-step process that can bring pretty much any knife back from the brink of total dullness. Before we get to the steps, though, there is one number you absolutely have to remember: 20 degrees. This is the angle you're going to hold the knife at, and trust me, it is the single most important detail for getting a perfectly sharp edge. Okay, here we go. First, grab a ceramic mug. Make sure it has that rough, unglazed ring on the bottom. Step 2, flip it upside down on a stable surface, like a cutting board, and hold it firmly because you do not want this in slipping. Safety first. Third, with the blade facing away from you, hold your knife at that 20-degree angle against the ceramic. And finally, step 4, slide the blade across the ring. You're going to drag it from the handle all the way to the tip, kind of like you're trying to slice a super thin layer off the mug itself. Do this about 10 times, then flip the knife over and do the exact same thing for the other side. So you might be thinking this is just a neat party trick, but this isn't kitchen magic at all. It's pure science. Let's break down the why behind this whole technique. The key principle here is the idea of an abrasive. And an abrasive is really just any material that can polish or grind down another surface through rubbing or friction. And it turns out that unglazed ceramic on the bottom of a mug, it's a fantastic natural abrasive.
And here is where it gets really interesting. Think about it. A mug's base is a rough, porous surface made of thousands of tiny, hard grains. Now, what's a fine-grain whetstone? You know, the professional tool? It's a stone made of abrasive particles designed to hone a blade. See where I'm going with this? They are, functionally, almost identical. Your coffee mug is basically a free, built-in whetstone. So here's what's actually happening on a microscopic level. As you slide that knife across the mug, those thousands of tiny, hard grains in the ceramic are literally scouring the steel blade. They're grinding away all the microscopic nicks and dents that make a knife feel dull. And by doing that, they realign and restore the cutting edge to its former sharp glory. You know, this simple trick is really more than just a way to sharpen a knife in a pinch. It's a perfect example of everyday kitchen ingenuity. It really gets to this bigger idea, right? That we are surrounded by effective solutions to our daily problems. We just have to look at the world around us with a little bit more curiosity. The best answer isn't always some fancy, specialized gadget. Sometimes it's just an ordinary object we use every day without a second thought. And with this simple trick under your belt, you can go right back to that tomato. But this time, your knife is perfectly honed. It's going to glide through that skin and slice it as easily as if it were a stick of butter. Problem solved? And that really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other secret tools are hiding in plain sight in your own home, just waiting to be discovered? Now that's something to think about.